guys, I'm gonna go over the quiz that you just took for this chapter. So let's start with number 1. The first question is asking, what are the next two terms of the sequence 1, 5, 11, and 19? So first of all, we need to figure out the pattern. And this one has add 4, and then 6, and then 8. So with this pattern, I'm gonna add 10, and then I'm gonna add 12. So the answer is whatever has 29 as the next term, so the second one. Let's look at 2. I'm going to figure out which one gives me 0 as a first term and then 12 as the last term. So if I plug in 1 in the all the n's here, actually they all give me 0, right? 2 minus 2 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So that's not as useful. So I'm going to plug in 4 instead to see which one gives me 12. Okay. So the first one is 8 minus 2, which is 6. So this is not the answer. And 16 minus 1 is 15, not the answer. 3 times 2 is not an answer. So the answer must be D, and it is. Okay. It's 4 times 3, which is 12. Let's get number 3. A12, the 12th term, is negative 15 and common difference of negative 2.5. So we know automatically this is an arithmetic sequence and it's looking for A1. So we are going to use the explicit formula for arithmetic series. So A12 is A1 plus 12 minus 1 times D. And we know A12, which is negative 15. We don't know A1, that's what we are trying to find. 11 times negative 2.5. So if I do 11 times negative 2.5, and that's negative 27.5, so we add that to both sides, then I get 12.5 as my A1. All right, number 4, we need to find arithmetic means. That means there are 2 arithmetic means. That means there are 2 blanks between 18 and 9. So then there is a common difference, right? And basically, if I added 3 common difference and I got 9 is with what it's saying. So then D is negative 3. So 18 minus 3 is 15. 15 minus 3 is 12. So the answer is the first option. Let's see. Number 5. This one, you could potentially type 1 through 34 into n and add them up, but that's a long way to do it, right? So let's figure out if this is either arithmetic or geometric series, and then we have a formula for them. So I'm going to plug in a couple n's to figure out if this is arithmetic or geometric or neither. If it's a case of neither, you actually have to plug in everything to get the series. So I probably didn't give you that, right? So you can see how I'm adding 3 over 4 to get the next term. It's a common difference. That means that this is an arithmetic series. And the arithmetic series formula goes, so we need to find n, and n is 34. So let me plug in what I know. 3 over 4 plus, well, we gotta find A34. So that means A34 is 3 times 34 over 4. Okay, so if I plug everything in to the calculator and do this calculation, I get 446.25 as an answer. Okay, this is an infinite series, and you can tell the only series that was possible with infinite is geometric series. And then I think the formula went something like A1 over 1 minus R, right? So we need to find the first term, which is 1/3, 1 minus 1, which is 1, right? Because the 0 power is 1. And then 1 minus 1/3. 1/3 is my r. How do I know that? Because if you calculate n equal 1 and n equal 2 and find a common ratio, it's going to be 1/3. So this is 2/3, so it's 1 over 2/3, which becomes 3 over 2, which is 1.5, or 3 over 2. Okay, so let's go to the next question. It says, determine if the sequence 1/5, 3/7, and 5/9 is arithmetic, geometric, or neither. So to check if this is arithmetic, we need to have a common difference. So to find common difference, you usually do 3 over 7 minus 1/5, and then find d, and then if you add that to the 3/7, and then if you get 5/9, then it's arithmetic. Well, you know it's not going to be. Geometric, on the other hand, is done by 3 over 7 divided by 1/5, and then you get the common difference, common ratio, and if you multiply that to 3/7, and if you get 5/9, then it's geometric, but it's not, and so this is neither. Write the explicit formula for the sequence -4, -1, and 2. So we need to figure out if this is arithmetic or geometric first. And so if it's plus 3 and plus 3, then this is arithmetic, right? And it is. It is arithmetic. I got lucky. No, I usually try arithmetic first because I'm more familiar with addition and subtraction. And then I try multiplication and division to figure out if it's a geometric. Alright, so how do you write the explicit formula? Well, an is -4 plus n minus 1 times 3. But obviously, you could write that and get it right. Or you could write -4 plus 3n minus 3. So you distribute it and organize it into something like this. Then it would be also correct. Okay, so either way, it's correct. What about recursive form? Well, there are two parts for recursive, right? You need to identify what my a1 is. And then we have to write an is an minus 1 plus 3. Okay. Two more questions. It says find the fifth term, meaning n equal 5. So we just plug it in. 2 times 5 plus 1 over 5 cubed minus 5. So 10 plus 1 is 11. 125 minus 5 is 120. So 11 over 120. Or if you use a calculator, it's a certain decimal. My calculator is frozen, so I can't do that. Number 10. Does it converge or diverge? So what is happening to my sequence is that it's multiplied by 1/10 or divided by 10, right? And if you think about it, it will become 80, 8, 0.8, 0.08, 0.0008, 0.00008. Where is the limit? It does have one, and it's 0, right? So it converges. And that's it for the quiz. I hope it didn't take a long time. I hope you guys felt good about it. I know it's a little different because I'm not there to guide you face to face. I don't really know how effective those lessons are that I'm delivering in video. And it is difficult for me to know how you guys are doing because I don't see your feedback. And so, yeah, please don't hesitate to send me any kind of feedback, whether your video was too long or your video is too fast, or I need a little more explanation with this concept, or this example wasn't clear. Like any small or big questions and concerns that you have, I would happy to hear from you guys. I haven't heard your voices for a long time, so yeah. And I will see you tomorrow with a lesson and we will continue with sequence and series. And yeah, bye guys.